ASP.NET Web API .NET 5. These days, most applications are developed using Web API because numerous of advantages. Web APIs provides developers multiple options to communicate among various applications, and this what they do is they decrease the dependencies and they're loosely coupled among applications. You can build ASP.NET using any technologies like .NET, Java, Node.js, PHP, uh, the list goes on. In this video tutorial, we're going to learn what is Web API, what is the difference between API and Web API, what are the HTTP methods, is ASP.NET Web API, how to create a ASP.NET Web API using .NET Core file. So how do we integrate Swagger to test Web API, and what are the benefits if we use ASP.NET Web API in our applications. These are the few things which we are going to learn in this tutorial. As I mentioned, Web API is kind of web-based development concept and can be developed using any technology, as I already mentioned, and it can be used or consumed by any applications regardless of any programming languages. It can be developed using any languages and it can be consumed by any languages like or any applications like desktops, web applications, Android, iOS, mini. As a developer, I don't have to know what technologies it is Web API is built on. If I have endpoints and what are the parameters I need to pass, in endpoint in the sense URL and what are the parameters I have to pass along with the URL, so I can use that and I can consume those Web APIs in my applications. Like I said, we need to know the endpoints and the parameters we have to pass. Suppose, consider Google API. Google provides a lot of APIs which we can use, like even maps, languages, so on. Many services it provides. Basically, if we get an endpoint and we know what uh, how to use it, then it's like, yeah, you can use those web API. And even Microsoft provides a couple of their own services which we can use directly and consume them as needed. Most of like weather channels, they expose all these kind of endpoints via web API, and people who develop web based weather reporting applications or Android based, iOS based weather reporting application, they just use all those things. They don't have any satellite or anything to just track all these weather forecasts or weather related things. What they do is they just consume one of the surveys which is being provided as an API and with an endpoint, and they the developers use that and they put whatever that UI, I mean, user interface they want and display by consuming these kinds of web APIs. So next, I would like to talk about HTTP methods. There are a couple of HTTP methods. Basically, what is HTTP? HTTP is a hypertext transfer protocol. Basically, it is to use exchange data or information over the internet using on www, means World Wide Web. There are few HTTP words we have to get used to, and those are like get, post, could, delete, and patch. It is to get the data uh, or request the data from the web services or whatever this on the internet, and post is basically operation or request is used to add content or a message or get a new item of data on the web resources. Put used to modify the data which is there on the web service or web anywhere. Delete the same. These are like HTTP methods. Delete is one among them, and then if some I want to remove an item from the service, so I can use delete call. Patch is to same. It works as a put, but patch is kind of like it will have different conditions to modify the data on the web resources. This is how the pipeline of ASP.NET Web API. We can have like a different applications. It can be iOS, Android, Windows, whatever. I can have some JSON or JavaScript interface, which we don't need to. We just make a call to the server here, and the request goes as a JSON, or it can be of any type. It can be of JSON, XML, or any of the data formats. So this goes to the web API, and it internally talks to data access layer or database and get the data from there and pass it to the requesting applications. So this is what I just showed here. So basically, this web API, whatever it is communicating with wide range of applications. As I mentioned, iOS, Android, web. So it's talking. It doesn't matter which application it's talking to, and it doesn't even matter which language is used to build web API. When you have endpoints like this, you just expose them, and the consumers, these are all consumers, they use those endpoints and uh, use or consume the services accordingly. So let's talk about how do you create a web API using Visual Studio. I just created one of the web API application. I will just show you. Go here, new. I can go here, new and projects. Here I have to select web API, and gives me the ASP.NET Core Web API template. I can select this one, go next, and keep all these text box filled with whatever the information required. Project name, location, solution name, and you want to check this one. And next is the required target framework. I'm gonna implement this with the API using .NET 5. This is basically the current framework we have, and we can use the other as well as it is listed here. So basically, let's go with the .NET 5 current 5 in the current in the sense the present one. So I'm not giving any authentication type. There are multiple authentication. It can be Windows or Microsoft Identity Platform, whatever it is, but I'm not using anything. So I'm making this as a configure for HTTPS because it has to be secured, and I'm enabling this Open API support. If I enable this one, I'm not enabling the Docker because I'm not going to give anything, put anything on the Docker. So enable Open API support. It enables or adds this slash buckle, which is a swagger in your project to test with the API. So I already created. I don't want to create a new one in here. So I'll just close this. So once I created, this is how it looks. I can close this one. So this is how the project structure is. We have weather forecast, which is basically a default project which comes along with the Visual Studio and startup a program. These are different types of files. Controller will control whatever uh, the get put whatever we want. HTTP methods we can have it in here. This is one of the verb HTTP get. So when we call get, we get all these items. whatever listed with the net weather forecast. So this is a basic boilerplate template which we get when we create web API. We don't have to write anything, any code for this one. We just click. It's just an like inbuilt app, so we can run this one directly, not doing anything. So let me run this using ISS Express, and what happens is it just pulls up this Swagger application with my results. So I don't see any results in here, but basically this is the Swagger mm, plugin for browsers, and what it does is it's basically used to test. It's like a Postman or any other Fiddler kind of tool which we can use. So if I click on get, what it does is it gets the data whatever is exposed using the API. So I can use this forecast or method, which is basically a get, which is here. This is the get. So that is basically providing me the data in here. When I say get, so basically this is config get as configured as default one. So that is giving me all this information. You see this one, 10 today at 00 whatever. This is wrong. Huh. It is not okay, accurate. So these are the parameters or the details we are getting from this one. Date is the date, temperature, sea temperature, yeah, Fahrenheit, cash, and then summary. Celsius, Fahrenheit, all this one defined is here. So this is how the Swagger works. It, once you expose any endpoints, we can directly use or consume by using these ones. So if I say, yeah, this is Swagger version 1, okay, try it out. So I can execute this one as well. See, this is how the exact uh, the endpoint that is used. So I can go to next window and I can save case and execute. See, this is a JSON format of whatever we are getting in here, basically. So this is the result which we are getting from this particular get method. So same result without formatting, without Swagger UI. So Swagger is basically is giving a result or a response body in a structured manner. But if you run the same endpoint, you get data like this, which is basically not formatted. We can have like a couple of other plugins where this can be displayed as a structured way like this. So this is all about ASP.NET Web API. In the end, I would like to say some words regarding ASP.NET Web APIs. So this basically provides various options and benefits to build modern Web APIs with industry standards and cross-platform. And also we learned how to use Swagger and how to test Web API using Swagger in this tutorial. And we can do all kinds of crude operations with the real solution using Web API as well. So this is all about this tutorial. Hope I'll come up with more tutorials regarding ASP.NET Big API. Thank you.